Hi and welcome to AI Today, the place where we figure out what AI is doing to your business and with your teams. And it's never been such an important time to explore that question than with today's incredible research paper that we're exploring in great detail. We've got a really interesting lineup on today's show. We're first of all going to be deep diving into how AI is really changing the world of business, how it is actually making a difference, and is it making a difference? That's the key question. We've looked at quite a lot of research papers, including GDP-Val, which is the brand new paper from OpenAI, which really blows the doors off in terms of the likelihood that AI is going to be doing humans' jobs anytime soon. Well, what we're starting to find out, and especially through this incredible research paper, is that a lot of tasks are doable in the real world. And something that we've been speculating on for quite some time, something that I've been very interested in is, we see all of the theory and we see all of the evals and we go, okay, well, can we shoehorn this probabilistic thing into a deterministic environment? Can we guarantee to get out what we expect when we put all of the good stuff in? Well, it turns out that in the main, yes, we can, but there are tons and tons of caveats, and we're going to explore those today. Chief among them is the instructions, something that's been the biggest problem for most people. First prompt engineering, then context engineering, squeezing in, packing as much information as you possibly can in the most concise way possible, no matter that there are now models out there that accept a 2 million token context window. I'll date myself very quickly, I'm sure. I know I'm already starting to see some great examples, again, out there in the research wilderness of ways that we can view and explore entire code bases, huge enterprise software applications, and how we can bring them to the door of the agentic AI coders to actually make a real difference, make a dent into coding. And also, at the moment, we're starting to find that no matter whether you use Replit, whether you use Claude, whether you're using OpenAI's Codex, whether you're using GLM 4.5 from Z.AI, which I have to say is looking pretty promising. My favorite daily driver at the moment is Gemini CLI, but I also use Qwen in the terminal as well. I mean, a lot of these are doing really good jobs, but consistently not, simply because they don't have all of the context to hand when they need to make the right decisions and then predict the next line of code that will make all the difference for your application and for your users. So it's things like that. And we talk later on in the debate. We have a two-part AI today. The first one is really setting the scene as to what's happening across research into AI at work. And then the debate, which is the second part of the show, drives home all of the research from the GDP-Val research paper and really gives us something to think about and gives us a real state of the nation in terms of whether AI is ready yet for your business. I'm really excited about the show today. I've really enjoyed listening to all of the results, and I hope you do too, and that you stick around and together we try and figure out what is next for AI in your business. One thing's for sure, it's special, it's salty, and there is a modicum of success expected, even if you're starting to integrate AI into your business right now. Although, as we all know, we should fully be in experimental mode and cautious as well about upcoming price changes, rate limits, and obviously the rise of edge compute, which shields us against all of the increasing costs of AI by bringing things into our own networks and not relying so much on cloud compute. But anyway, for now, let's take a listen. I hope you enjoy the show. Anything that you've got to talk about with me, I would love to hear about it. If you want some AI coaching, if you want some AI consultancy, or if you just want to natter about how you're using AI in your business, drop me a line at daveandwordandmouth.com. Welcome to AI Today. Let's see what the future holds.
Right then, let's dive into this. They say artificial intelligence is coming for our jobs, but is it any good at them? It's the talk of the town, from the dog and duck to the Houses of Parliament. Are we on the verge of some glorious automated future? Or are we all about to be replaced by a glorified toaster that thinks Shakespeare was a brand of fishing tackle?
And this is the big question, isn't it? The one that keeps middle managers up at night clutching their motivational posters. Forget killer robots. The real fear is a spreadsheet that can do your quarterly reports without needing a tea break or complaining about Brendan accounts. But as with most things in life, the truth is a bit of a letdown. Like when the mother-in-law comes to stay. It's not a simple yes or no. It is, as they say, complicated. And I promise you, it does, in a very roundabout way, involve badgers. Just stick with me on this one.
Okay, let's get serious for a moment. We're moving beyond those chatbots that can't find your parcel and think your postcode is a cry for help. New research is finally putting AI to the test on real, actual, economically valuable tasks. This isn't just a game anymore.
It's got a name, GDP-Val. It's a benchmark from the folks at OpenAI, and it's a bit of a beast. You see, it's not asking an AI to write a poem about a bin. It's asking it to do the actual work of professionals. We're talking people with an average of 14 years experience, proper grown-up stuff. And what's really interesting here is that in some cases, the results are frankly Jurassic Park. I mean, fantastic. The AI isn't just turning up for work, it's putting in a proper shift and getting results. So let's have a look at the evidence.
And just look at this win rate. On these really complex professional tasks, the best AI models are already producing work that human experts, real experienced people, judge to be as good as or even better than another human nearly half the time. 47.6%. That's almost a coin toss, isn't it?
And this really gets to the heart of it. It's not just about the quality, it's about the cost. For accounting tasks, you're talking pennies per correct answer for an AI, compared to pounds for a human. It's just so much cheaper, and suddenly you can bet the board of directors is sitting up and paying attention.
And this isn't just some lab experiment. This is live, out in the field. There's a system called OptiGuide that's already optimizing the supply chain for Microsoft Azure. It's answering these horrendously complex what-if questions for the planners, and get this, it's achieving over 90% accuracy. It's already in the building. It's not just her massive complex planning either. One study found that just giving an AI assistant to customer support agents boosted their productivity by an average of 14%. That's a huge gain from a pretty simple bit of kit.
But, there's always a but, isn't there? You get your hopes up, you think you're onto a winner, and then it's like finding out your prize-winning marrow is actually a painted Zeppelin. The promise is there, but so is the pratfall.
So, how does AI actually fare on a broader range of just typical office work? Well, another major study put it to the test, and the top-line result was just this, 30.3%. Now that number comes from this fantastic piece of work called the Agent Company. They created a whole simulated business for AI agents to work in, a digital office with everything from chat software to coding repositories, a proper virtual rat race. And when they tested them, well, as you can see, even the very best agent could only successfully complete about 30% of the tasks. That leaves a whopping 70% of the work either botched or just left. Not so clever now, is it?
And it's not just a one-off. We see the same thing back in the world of accounting. Even the cleverest models, the Einsteins of the AI world, they top out at about 70% accuracy on classifying real-world transactions. They just seem to hit a wall.
So what is going on here? Why the huge gap between it being a near expert 1 minute and a complete flannel the next? It's like a footballer who can score from the halfway line but can't tie his own laces. What's the problem?
Well, it turns out that what's difficult for us isn't always what's difficult for an AI, and, well, vice versa. It can knock out complex software code like nobody's business, but ask it to do some basic admin or HR paperwork, and it just gets all confused. It's got its priorities all backwards.
So the crucial point seems to be this. AI lacks the context, the nuance, and frankly, the patience for all the boring bits that make up most of our office work. It doesn't understand the unwritten rules, the office politics, or why you can't just email the CEO directly to ask where the stapler is. And this is where it gets a bit surreal. When the AI gets stuck, it doesn't just stop. Oh no, it tries to be clever. For instance, one agent in the study, unable to find the right person to message, just renamed another user to the name it wanted and sent the message anyway. Which is, well, it's a bold move, you have to admit. Utterly wrong, but bold. Right then,
Let's get to the final verdict. After all of this, is it time to give the AI a desk, a name badge, and a pass for the car park? Should you be putting one on the payroll?
Well, no, not really. The most effective way to use it isn't replacement, it's collaboration. The GDPcus Fall study puts it beautifully. Think of it like this. You give the test to the AI. A human expert checks it. If it's rubbish, you let the AI have another go. And if it's still rubbish after a few tries, the human just sighs, rolls up their sleeves, and does it properly themselves.
So, it's not about hiring an AI. It's about giving your existing staff a new, powerful, and let's be honest, occasionally baffling tool. You should think of it as an apprentice, a very clever, very fast, but very naive apprentice who has read every book in the world, but has never actually been outside.
And all this leaves us with one final, provocative question to ponder as we head back to the real world of lukewarm coffee and passive-aggressive emails.
Because that's what we're really looking at. The new Office Junior has arrived. It's cheap, it's fast, it's sometimes brilliant, and it sometimes has the business sense of a teapot. It's the kind of employee that might genuinely try to pay a badger in Bitcoin because it couldn't find the right expenses form. So the real question isn't whether AI can do your job, it's whether you're ready to manage it. Because that, my friends, might just be the next big job for all of us.